It's got to be an attacking approach. I think if you're on the back foot and you have a defensive mindset, then that's when he can get on top of you. But I think the most important thing playing in places like India against these guys is having a little bit of character. You probably know that you're going to get hit for boundaries, but it can really get worse if you make that affect you, I guess. So Virat, I've got him a few times now, but in saying that, I don't think there's anything in it. I think he still scores at over 100 strike rate against me, well over 100. So yeah, he's a very hard guy to bowl to. But I've had a couple of occasions where I've dismissed him, and and luckily the other day I think it was one of those ones where you bowl a bad ball to him, he can get on top of you, but if you let that affect you, it gets on top of you even more. So he's one of the toughest guys I've ever had to bowl to. You know that, particularly after game 1, game 2 coming up tomorrow, I think he's going to be even more switched on. So it's a big challenge. I think it's basically we just find that Virat finds leg spinners hard to line up early in his innings, to be honest. He's such a great starter. You even saw the other day, 16 or 14 or whatever it was, how much energy he brought to the crease. He's running between the wickets. Some of the cover drives he played off the quicks. I think it's important just to try and have a game plan to him. We figured out that last game we thought that it would be good to start with leg spin to him. So it might be different next game, but as it's been mentioned, I've got him out 4 times in the last year or so. So it's nice to have that confidence to be able to start. To bowl to him at the start of his innings, I guess. I'm not the most skillful leg spinner in the world, that's for sure. Guys like Kuldeep Yadav and Rashid Khan, they're guys that are basically really hard to pick and have beautiful skill. I think one of the most important things that I've always tried to do is have strong character. So I think to be a wrist spinner in one-day cricket in the middle overs is not easy at all. It's probably one of the hardest formats, at least in T20 cricket. You've got 5 blokes out the whole time. You know that guys are going to attack you. That's fine, but one-day cricket's a whole different beast. So from my point of view, character's important. We've spoken about the series and how important this series is, particularly after disappointing end to the World Cup. We've spoken about how important it is just to move on from that, and that we can achieve something pretty special here. We played really well those last 3 ODIs in February. It's going to be a big deal if we can get 2 away series wins in a row in India. It's a pretty amazing feat. So we have spoken about that briefly. I think it's going to be. It's been mentioned. I think at the start of the home summer where we're really looking at our game plan and how we maybe go about playing 2 spinners in the World Cup. So I personally like doing it for Australia. I love doing it. I love playing with 2 wrist spinners. I love playing with Sandeep at the Stars. Any team that I've ever played with 2 spinners, I definitely enjoy having that little bit of not just being the only spinner in the team. It's Quick's batsman and then the one lone spinner. I definitely prefer if there's 2 in the team. It can be a pretty hostile place to play sometimes. It's definitely some of the roars that you hear out in Indian, like when Virat comes out for the warm-up, it's ridiculous. Or like last year when MS would walk out, or even just walk out of the door to the veranda or something, the roars were unbelievable. It was quite quiet the other night. I think it was a pretty dominating performance. We speak about trying to minimise the crowd effect, keeping them out of the game as well, because obviously having that behind you helps. So the other night it definitely helped us.